still struggle as a man. Okay. What is going on, Kingdom? So today I am back with another video. I am back on the channel, back speaking again. And today I was thinking about this, no, actually more like to morning, because it is very late. We're not even like in today, it's like to morning. It's very, very late right now. But listen, today I want to talk about this, and I always say, you know, this message is important. I always use that word important in my messages. But today I just want to say, you know, this is probably one of the most important messages that I could speak on and preach. One of the most important. So, you know, I guess pay attention if you're working to make change in your life genuinely. This is something that I'm starting to really work and believe in and develop in my mind as I grow and I learn more through the life that, you know, God is putting me through. And that Christ is putting me through in this path as I work to walk in the path that God has for me. I'm learning just to develop my mindset and grow more. And I want to speak this out and project this out to try and help make a difference in anybody's life who could potentially, you know, just use it. You know what I'm saying? Try and use my voice a little bit to try and help make a change, make a difference, or spread this kind of keys of knowledge in a way. You know what I'm saying? So today I want to talk about reason to live. Reason to live. Now look, I'm coming at this from just a wholehearted perspective, you know, reason to live. And it's coming from, I mean, it could sound a little bit like a motivational perspective, but I'm more trying to come from an understanding and loving perspective while also coming from a sort of like, what would you say, push-pull kind of perspective. More pull in terms of like, you know, I want to be able to understand anybody who may be watching this while also being able to push you towards, you know, a good path and a better path. Not to say I can just change anybody's lives with this message, but hopefully I can maybe help to project out my perspective on how I've managed to make a lot of changes in my lives, right? Or in my life. So look, reason to live. Now, where do I start with this? Reason to live. I feel like we all must have a reason to live for ourselves, for us, for God, and for the plan that God has for us ourselves. You know what I'm saying? So I believe that we all need to understand, you know, our reason to live. And that comes from God. That comes from what God puts on our hearts as we walk into this world. I believe that our reason to live comes from God. You know what I'm saying? And we have to understand and learn that individually, our reason to live, that God has put us on this planet, not a reason that anybody else has for us, not whether it's somebody very close to you or the most important people in your life, or whether it's just anybody. We need to have our own understanding of the reason God has for us to live, our understanding and for our purpose, not for another person's purpose for us, or not for I'm having this purpose for that person. Our purpose, and what is our purpose in this world, right? And I believe, right, that working towards this purpose is what brings us fulfillment, is what allows for us to get out of the enemy's tricks almost, and also our self, not depletion, but our self perspective depleting, right? I'll tell you, and this is just in truth and honesty, I feel like it's very, very easy, you know, because I understand the feeling of depression and feeling anxiety and feeling very strongly, having very terrible thoughts. I don't want to get too deep. I don't want to get too far deep, but for anybody that may have really hard thoughts about themselves, whether it's very, very, you know, self-destructive, or whether it's just to a degree, or whether it's to a degree sometimes and it can be very self-destructive at other times, you know, I just want to say that one of the things that has completely made change and it's been God, and it's been God showing me my true reason, not on a surface level, not just off of an ego, not just off of making money, but my reason as to why I'm here, my reason to live. You know, why I've been put through all of these things that I've been put through. What is my reason to live? What is my reason here? And as you know, I do these videos here, right? And this is a part of me working towards my reason. My reason isn't to have glory, or my reason isn't to get a bunch of money. My reason is because I want to reach out to anybody. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you look like, but I want to be able to speak the truth, whether I'm speaking the truth on something such as racial issues, you know, so it might be in relation to a specific group of people, but I want for everybody to be able to hear it so we can all change our perspectives to work towards unity. My purpose is unity, and I say that confidently. Did I stutter? I didn't stutter. My purpose is unity, where my purpose is bringing us together to speak the truth. Oh man, my cat's over there, whatever. All right, whatever. But anyway, my purpose is unity and working to bring us together through bringing the truth that I have learned, that God has put me in these situations where I can learn it from my age and from just my perspective. I've been able to see an outside view, right? Not be so much caught up in the problems going on in life, not be so caught up in the enemy's tricks and lies, but rather I'm able to, by the grace of God, have an outside view and see these are the problems that are going on within society. Hold on, I'm sorry. But it's about that. That is my purpose. That is my reason to live, right? And I just want to wholeheartedly just say, I believe that if you're going through a tough and rough time, one of the biggest things that has really helped me in being able to get out of that rut that has been of self-depletion. That's what it is. It's about self-depletion. Whether we feel like, even hurting ourselves, whether we feel like, just tearing ourselves down, or we feel so torn down, like I'm not at my best, or a lot of that is because we feel we don't have this true reason, to live. And it's not always about taking breaks. It's not always about taking breaks or saying I'm gonna sit down or lay down. A lot of the time, I'm not just trying to come from a motivational perspective. I'm trying to come from a real wholehearted perspective, like I said, but us finding that reason to live so that we can start to work upon it and keep on walking in that. You know what I'm saying? One of the things that really helps me out, right, is taking my time to take myself seriously is something that I always talk about, right? Taking yourself seriously. Don't, and again, it's so much easier said than done. I'm just saying it is in like, these are the things that can really help to make change. It's not a lot. Sometimes it's not just that we're doing too much or that we're over here stressing ourselves. Sometimes we stress ourselves out because we're doing things not for the right reasons, but we're doing them, whether it's because of other people's expectations or whether it's because other people want us to do this or that so bad, rather than us actually, man, my phone's at 5%, but rather for us to be, rather we're not doing things for ourselves or for our reason or purpose, but we're doing things for other people. You know what I'm saying? Or we're doing things for just other reasons outside of our purpose. You know what I'm saying? And so what I want to say is a lot of the time, what helps so much in allowing for us to find peace and allowing for us to find that self-fulfillment. Yes, that is what self-fulfillment is, when I get up and say I go and I run, or I work out, right? If I go and I work out, I'm taking myself seriously, and the purpose of that is not just so I can have this beautiful physique or I can look good and impress other people. Sometimes I do get caught up in that. I'm not gonna lie, I do get caught up in that, but I always end up putting myself down afterwards in the days where I don't get such a good workout in. So don't go by that, because that's a mistake that I make. And I'm sure a lot of us do, but that's a mistake that I make. I worry about people's perception of me, but what they say is don't do that. Work out because you want to take yourself seriously. You want to be able to take the body that God has given you seriously. You want to be able to lead and want to be able to walk and be able to protect yourself a little better. You want to be able to walk and just be stronger and be more. This is what helps for us to even maintain these sort of things. It's like if I'm working out because, I want to have such a great body, eventually it's like, that's an ego deceit. That's like an ego deceit the devil's giving, and what the devil gives does not last. What God gives is eternal. So if I sit here and I have a purpose and reason that God has given me, you know what I'm saying, that God has given me, it's going to continue on. It's going to keep pushing. It's going to keep moving. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to keep on working out. I'm going to keep on doing these things because I'm doing it for the grace of God rather than for what is just the ego that the enemy is manipulating my mind in my mind towards. You get what I'm saying here? Do you hear what I'm saying here? Right? Do things not for ego, but do things for the right reasons. Let's do things because we want to work in the reason and purpose that God has for our lives, right? And this is how we can manage to drag ourselves out of a rut of depression or of anxiety or of just self-inflicting problems, you know what I'm saying, and hurt, like things that really are bad for our mental space and our mental health. These are the ways to be able to make these changes. Find that reason and purpose. You know what? I know it's deep down within your heart. I know that it is. I know that God has put it on your heart. And if you're watching this even, I know that God has put it on your heart to want to be able to make that change for yourself. Whatever it is. Start off with just a slight workout. Take yourself seriously. You know what I'm saying? And not just for these reasons of I want to build up my ego, but take you. Don't take your ego seriously. Take yourself seriously, right? Take who you are. Take your heart. Take your spirit. Take your soul seriously. Take what God has given you seriously. You know what I'm saying? Because that is a serious thing, and it's not always about break days. You know, there's certain things that we may need breaks for, but when we choose to stall, sometimes we choose to stall our reason to live. You know what I'm saying? And when we're stalling our reason to live, we're pulling ourselves back from our fulfillment. Not to say to just be crank or push this engine and just like whatever, go crazy, but you know what I'm saying? I find fulfillment and peace within myself every day because I do something where I'm taking myself and the purpose that God has given me. I'm taking that seriously. Whether it's these videos, whether it's the music, if I ain't get something done, if I ain't get something done, you know, if I haven't gotten something done, what's my battery at? 2%. Well, listen, if I ain't got something done in that day, then it's not even, I don't feel right. I don't feel fulfilled about it. I have to get something done. My charger. Charger. And then I accidentally stopped the recording. It's okay. But look, I don't want to stop this. Listen, like I said before, when you have a reason and you have a purpose for doing what you are doing, and it's from God, you know, and what I'm saying by that is you'll understand. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, when it's of good, because what is of God is good. You know what I'm saying? So whatever's good in your heart, wherever that goodness in your heart is for something, you know what I'm saying? That is the purpose that God has for your life. Not for looking cool, but say my purpose is unity. We all have something. We all have something to offer. We just have to find it and work towards that. And that can help for us to get out of that rut of depression, of, you know, of anxiety, of all of these things that the enemy will try and twist our brains and our minds of, you know. And so I think that that's all I really have to say, you know. I mean, I'm trying to think if there's anything else that might be important for me to mention within this video. You know, I just say it is important for us to also be open and easy with ourselves at moments in time too, you know, and allow for us to have fun, you know, and laugh, because that's also a part of, you know, our purpose. You know, I have fun and laugh because I want to keep my spirits high, or I want to just always be serious all the time. I want to keep my spirits high and laugh with the people around because I want to make them laugh too. You know what I'm saying? It brings our spirits up and high, but have a reason that is good. You know what is a good reason and you know what's not good. You know what I'm saying? And the Bible will tell us these things. We know what's good and what's not, and laughing is a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? So when we laugh with each other, when we get in community and just commute with each other, if you don't have that opportunity, then listen, that's okay. You know, work to find out what is my reason and start developing that, and God will show and God will bring. I really want to be able to help somebody today with this video that I'm creating. I really, really want to be able to hopefully just show, listen, that is the way. God is the way, and what God has for us is the way. I know it sounds like, you know, I'm just speaking, whether it's cliche or not, but listen, because sometimes it can. But I just really wanted to say this is what's really helped me to get out of a rut. I've been in a rut even very recently. I can be honest in saying that past couple days, you know, I've still been doing what I've been doing, and it has brought me that peace, but I've started to drag and draw away from my reason. It's true, I was stressing out about things. Listen, I have to understand in everything that I do, what is my reason and what is my purpose, and who am I as a child of God, you know. And that's all I really got to say. I really don't want to get too deep. I think that is very deep anyways, you know. So I want to say, I thank you for watching. God bless you. You have an amazing morning, evening, and night. Take care, and thank you for watching this video today. I thank you. God bless you, and thank you. You take care, and God bless you.